Leo. That's about all I can manage.
Is there anything you would like to contribute? You notice that you're having a hard time holding on to the ship because it does not have a barrier, so there's a lot of wind coming your way.
This is a hammer to me.
Are you?
I only got dagger. Oh wait, no, I don't have a crowbar. Fuck, that's the wrong package. I only got daggers. That's the only thing that could help me. I'm not using my blades. Fuck that. Let's see. Look at my entire kit. Dash. Nope.
There's a lot of rope lying around as well.
I'm gonna try to, because I have rope on me too. I'm gonna try to basically use the daggers as pittons, so like little anchoring points, as well as connect myself to. It's like those rope chains for like when people get like them when they're hiking or climbing like steep mountains and stuff like that to make sure like everyone sticks together.
Yeah. I'm
gonna try to like as best as I can like finagle some nexus, this rope and nexus between myself, everyone else on the ship, to the quote unquote pittons, as well as like the crate tether ropes, just to basically keep us all on the fucking thing in case it starts veering out of control.
Yeah. Okay. Make a
lassoing.
Make a sleight of hand check at advantage. You're gonna get help from Milton because he's noticing what you're trying to do.
Here, hold this. Tie it around yourself. Oh, thank God, that with disadvantage.
Nice. So you managed to fasten a seat belt, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
You're relatively confident it will help you guys stay on the boat as the winds get a little rougher.
I probably asked Oran to like help me like because I'm fucking weak as shit. I have a +0 strength. To like help me like nail down.
Yeah, she'll help you.
The daggers into the deck. 2 weak people can make a strong person. Or 1 strong person can make a strong person. I don't know where her strength is.
Last thing here. Let's see if Oswald can get the ship's engine started. Okay, +2. So this isn't high. So it would be 12 or higher.
1. Oh. Hey, you would have had it. If it was super higher, yeah, you would have had it with or without the modifiers. It's fine.
Sin is too panicked to provide help. She's busy hammering in the rope. But he does manage to get the engine started. And a good thing that you secured yourselves with rope as the smaller ship hums alive. The effect is almost immediate. You dislodge from the main ship, and you've been plummeting for a little bit, and then suddenly, the ship just sort of jerks to almost an immediate stop. And you know that feeling when you run into something and it's about stomach height and you didn't see it, and you go, and you are
like clothesline.
Yeah, pretty much that. But you're on, and you're not coming to your deaths.
Hey, mission accomplished for now.
I mean, the mission's never accomplished until you kill the character.
It's not always a mission. We have happy endings.
Sometimes.
Or survival stories.
Mostly that.
Or scams.
Scam's a good one.
So from your tiny little ship, you see the pinnace that you were previously on, the silver streamer, slowly descend, well, descend more rapidly than a ship should, down toward the Earth, towards the setting sun. A few minutes pass, because you're pretty high up, and then eventually you hear this loud rumble. You don't know if the ship is, how intact the ship is, if at all. But Oswald is a seasoned veteran. He will get you to where you need to get going. So, unfortunately, there's no place to sleep.
I
So,
say he
but-
just takes us like to the land side. Like we don't need to stay up here.
But by the time you arrive, the sun has already been down for a few hours, and you're brought into a small cluster of tents. A few words are exchanged between the camp manager, essentially, and Milton and Arnsen. And you are led into a relatively large tent. If you were one person, it would be large, but there's enough bedrolls for the group to lie down and catch your breath a bit.
And not be attacked by scarlets.
Ideally. How
Some
many people
think-
are in this like encampment? Other than us?
10, other than you.
Alright, so if we're attacked in the middle of the night, we'll only be outnumbered slightly more than 2 to 1.
Only slightly. Usually it's worse.
Or I guess it would be exactly 2 to 1 if we have Oswald with us, but I'm not sure we're sticking around.
So, would you like to begin your long rest for the night? Or do you want to set up watch, or what's your plan here?
I say we set up watch.
Solid plan.
I can take first watch.
I will handle second. What do we need? 3 or 4?
And you're roboting again.
And Oswald will take third. He is keeping an eye out for his crew initiative.
Alright.
What's that for perceptions?
Perception. Oh, not with advantage. All is well on the Western Front. Don't see anything.
As it strikes you how cold it is. It's very cold. Colder than you expect for the region, because deserts at night, very cold. You are so preoccupied by how cold it is that you forget to keep watch. Luckily, first watch passes without incident.
I'm talking to Trevor. Asking him for tips on how to stay warm.
Matthias, fortunately for you, the watch passes uneventfully for you as well. You do hear something in the night, but on closer inspection, you realize that it's called a hyrax. If you know what that is, it's kind of like it's a big rat essentially, and they have a very they sound like that.
That sounds awful.
Yeah. So a startled, screaming hyrax runs off into the night, and you're like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna go back to the campfire." And thus, Oswald. Let's see if he sees anything.
He dies in the night.
But.
No, seems the things are
We
quiet.
have all
Calm.
below 10.
He doesn't see anything. His watch concludes, and morning comes.
Man, we're just good at our job and nothing wants to fuck with us. That's it.
I would
And-
respond with some sort of witty remark, but I didn't understand a thing you just said because you still sound like a robot. Also, you want to change the music, Fred? Because I don't think we're in combat anymore.
Now I'm gonna switch it.
Alright. What server am I on? Pretty sure US Central still. US East.
That one, if you please.
I got you. Eat off. Super. What's up, light? Oh, there it is. Yep.
All right. So, in the morning, the two of you follow the Milton and Orenson down into the dig. You're brought to this. It's like they've put up a lot of scaffolding, and it seems to hold open a big portion of a huge sand dune. And as you go down into this little opening that they made, it's a nice little reprieve from the morning sun and the blistering heat. It's not pitch dark though. The further down into the dig you go, you don't have to go very far, but the further down you go, you're met by this lilac purple glow that sort of seems to permeate the whole dig. And eventually you are brought down to the barrier that Orenson mentioned back at the tavern. In front of a portcullis, 10 feet behind this, and 10 feet in front of this portcullis, is a shimmering, almost like vibrating glass, this force field that's blocking your path.
Is there anything that the field extends out from, like, I don't know, like its own generators and such, like our ship had? Anything I see nearby?
You can looking up at the surround, like the opening, so to speak, the walls. There are some. There's no machine, but there are carvings in the sides of the walls.
Hmm.
On the opposite side of the barrier.
Can I discern what they entail from this?
Speak.
Hmm?
Languages do you speak?
I only have common and thieves' gang, so I can't read shit. But I do point out to the group. Over there. You see that? Those scratches?
Both Milton and Ornstein nod and they look at them and they start arguing about because they tell you that this is old Draconic, but they are different interpretations of what that means.
You're kind of Fred.
Do you hear me now?
I can hear you. You're just really quiet.
How about now?
Better.
That's so strange. I need to maybe get a new headset. That's a shame. What's the last thing you heard?
I heard that it was old Draconic, but then I missed the part after that.
Yeah. So both Milton and Dornson have some idea of what these mean, but they're going back and forth arguing about how to interpret it.
What are the two schools of thought on it?
Ornson suggests that the answer is blood,
Mm-hmm.
whereas Milton says not blood, but the promise of blood.
This is both me as Crash and Orthalos. What? What do you mean promise of blood?
Well, Oronson and I are in agreement that there's an entrance fee, as it were. These barriers are usually tuned to allow passage to those recognized by the owner of the establishment, so to speak. We are having a philosophical debate as to the nature of the price.
Hmm.
It would be the equivalent of paying well. Sin. I'm not Oh yes. You're muted, Garth. FYI.
I think he's
Okay. Gotcha.
yeah, I think his internet's still fucked. Trying to think. Because I'd rather not give blood to the fucking evil barrier. Well, I guess not evil, but the mysterious barrier. Hmm. I tried to like pick up some like nearby sand, just like cast it at the barrier just to see what happens if something does touch it. Does it just bounce back or does it like sizzle?
The sand itself just goes straight through.
What? Was not expecting that. Both as Crash and as Orthalos.
Do you pour some out from your water skin?
Yeah. Yours, not mine.
Yeah. The water splooshes on the ground on the other side.
I take one of my daggers, which I assume I recovered from the ship in retrospect.
Yes.
I try to like touch it with the tip, just to see what happens.
It is met with resistance.
It does not go through. Also, you're cutting out again. Today the day of internet issues.
Hello, hello, hello,
You were fine, and then it went back to bad.
hello, hello, hello.
There you go.
So weird.
I have no clue.
So.
Hmm. Simple answer might just be the best one. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm gonna try to find one of those rats that was heard last night.
Sure. Survival would be good for that.
Trevor, help me out, man.
Yeah, I'd say with a 16, you track one down and capture it. No problem. It's trying to bite you, but you with the aid
I'm
of
just talking about the tail.
Yeah.
I cast it at the barrier. Like not like I let go, but like I just sort of like pendulum it into the barrier.
When you pendulum it into the barrier, it bounces. It bounces like dunk, bounces back. The
But it doesn't
Hyrax,
like sizzle or anything, right?
no, it does not sizzle. The Hyrax does a little what do you call that? A screech, like. But it does not seem in pain. Mostly annoyed.
I ask our two guides.
As you put your hand on the barrier, Matthias,
Oh no.
perhaps it is because you have a connection to the arcane. Like as a sorcerer, some people argue that you can use the storms. Some people argue that you are the storms. Whatever your interpretation, the connection is there. You get the sense that if you were to push, your hand would go through. But pushing would mean that you would have to pay something. You do not get the... Actually, roll an insight check. Why the fuck not?
Incite the barrier.
How 16, how well do you read this? Okay. 16. Okay. You get the sense that the sacrifice expected of you is not significant.
What does that mean?
However you choose to interpret that.
I'm ready to just spill this rat's blood out onto the freaking thing right now, just saying.
As you mentioned that, both Ornstein and Milton sort of nod. Yes, that would, with that context, the sigils make a lot more sense, especially. But blood, yes. Let me think. Perhaps it is a courtesy.
Huh?
Yes, perhaps in earlier Sidrian culture during the rule of Iselin, the first empress, it was custom to offer a gift of sorts when you entered somebody else's home for the first time. Perhaps it is something like that.
Did they offer blood?
Well, the Tiraj were more harrowed people at the time, civil war and all that. Perhaps a pledge of allegiance, a show of non-hostile intent. Willingly weakening yourself as you enter.
This is how I meet my friends. And then I'm just gonna walk through it.
As you move up to the barrier, push your body against it. It's solid, but as you begin forcing your way through it, you feel the same give that Matthias was describing, though not accompanied by the same sensations that he describes. As you step through, it's like stepping into a bucket of ice water or having one poured over you. You, upon entering, lose one of your hit die.
Alright. It's fine. Gotta keep the D10. The hit die I have. Okay. Not as bad as I was thinking. I check, like, make sure I'm not missing any bits, and then look up at them.
How are you feeling?
Cold, very cold.
And you are not bleeding anywhere?
I do like a slow pirouette, like turn, like like at like a, I don't know, tailoring shop, just like holding out my arms, like T-posing. You tell me. I don't feel like I am.
It seems that was progress. Milton will follow. As for the question, Matthias, it is not custom to return a gift freely given. It is considered extremely rude. As you step through, you move your hit dice. Immediately in front of you, you notice a very big portcullis. It's about let's see, 15 feet high, 10 feet broad. Oh, why don't I show you? Here.
Hey.
You.
It's
There we
better
go.
now.
I can hear you, Garth.
Okay.
Welcome back to the world of internet.
Working internet.
Internet today.
Hey.
Today's a day of weirdness. Your mic is acting up. His internet's acting up. I'm on like 5 hours of sleep across 48 hours. It's a lot of stuff.
And my Discord keeps saying that like it doesn't detect a mic, even though it clearly detects a mic. It's a lovely time.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You mind if we take a short break?
I don't know. That's a good time.
I'm gonna ground up some more caffeine or something.
I don't want to make a sandwich. I think I want to make a sandwich. I'll be right back. Hello. No one's here. Coffee is hot.
Copy.
Hmm.